Hello there, everyone, and welcome to Thinking into Results, day 2. And hello, Rita, and hello, Leona. So good to see you. And Maju, I hope I say your name correctly. So I'm just going to give everybody a moment to see that I've gone live. And also, say if you can hear me. Hello, Esther. So good to see you. So let me know if you can hear me in the comments. So I'm just going to give everyone a moment to see that I gone live. It might take a couple of seconds. Hello, Minnesota and Japan. This is so cool. I love it. So while you're joining, say hello and also click the StreamYard link above so that I can see your lovely names. So if you make a comment, I can see who's making comments. You can hear me, Esther? Good, good. I love it. So if you click the link above StreamYard, I can actually see who's making comments, or else it just comes up as Facebook user. So again, today we're streaming into LinkedIn, YouTube, and Facebook because we can. And I'm really grateful to be here with you guys. I'm so glad that you're here with me today. A lot of Facebook users here. So I'm really glad that you're here with me, and I really appreciate you taking this time to jump on this training to let me help you to get to where you need to be. So I want you to find a pen and paper and have that handy and take notes as you're going through tonight, because there will be things that I will say that will resonate with you. So if something sticks, it's because it's stuck for a reason. It resonated with you, it harmonized with you. So throw it up in the comment. Hello, Warren. So good to see you. So be an active participant, because this is really how we go deeper. When we just sit back as bystander and take in information, it's just more noise in the world, right? Hello, Mirna. I'm so grateful to see you also. So if you take this seriously and participate and be also engaged, even if you're a replay viewer and you watch this on replay, watch and engage like you are live. So make sure you're here and you're present for the next half hour or so. And give yourself this time. Turn off your phones and just let this information sink in. This is your opportunity to learn how to change, because without it, there is no change. And that is the truth. So let's start. Imagine how your life would look if you had the belief in yourself and you stopped comparing yourself to others. You had the confidence to be you, the real you, moving towards what you love to do. You wouldn't be working harder, you would be working happier. Imagine things getting easier instead of harder. Imagine doubling your income. Imagine manifesting your dream home. And I have one client here who's done that. So imagine going from unemployed to employed. Imagine getting out of your head and not feeling depressed, taking back your power, loving you, and stop analyzing things. Imagine confidence and less anxiety, more joy and happiness. What would that do for you? Can you imagine how that will feel? These are results we see in the Thinking into Results program every day. So this is what I am going to teach you to start to really purposefully create in your life, rather than being a victim to what is going on in your life, and stop living by circumstances. And I was a complete victim of that, a complete victim. We're all victims of that because it's how we've been raised. And that is not your fault, but it's your job to change it. And that is why you're here, because you need to be here to hear this. So I'm so grateful you are. So let's start with desire. Write desire in the comment if you are ready to start. So, in the start of the book, Think and Grow Rich, written by Napoleon Hill, desire is the first step to achievement. Desire is the effort of unexpressed possibilities within, seeking expression through our actions. Yeah, desire, Tracy. Desire, Facebook user. I love it. And another Facebook user, desire. So, desire is the effort of unexpressed possibilities within, seeking expression through our actions. The desire will create the manifestation of the energy inside of you that you just cannot help but express. Because currently, if you're feeling stuck, the images that you're holding do not align with that. We can want something in our mind, but what we hold in our heart are two different things. You will never desire something you do not want. If you don't want it, you can't force the desire. Many people will come into my coaching and they be like, I really want this. And then we go through the first lesson, desire and goal setting, and they go, oh, it never came up on their list of desire. So, what is it you truly want? So, for me, writing that I wanted to become a coach down was an ultimate desire. I had no idea how it was going to happen. But if you were to say to me, hey, Ingrid, we can make six figures by being an accountant, what do you think I would say to you? Hello, Peter. So good to see you. No way. Absolutely not. Because it's not something that I desire. So you have to really, really want it. And that is the point we want to get you to, where you have so much belief and vision on the inside that your actions start reflecting that. And this is why we make the list of what we truly, truly want. Sometimes people have a really hard time with this. People will be like, I don't know what I want. It's been so long since I thought about what I wanted because I've been living on autopilot for so many years. And I get it. I get it. I am 41 years old. So there's a lot of years on autopilot happening for some of us, right? Where you just been living so programmed that by the time it comes to writing out your desire, you think, oh, it's too late for that, or I don't know what I want anymore. You have to spend some time really thinking about it. And how do we create desire? Well, we create desire in our mind with pictures. We start to develop these beautiful pictures in our mind. Our mind operates through picture. So you have a body. Your body is actually just an instrument of your mind. The mind no one has ever seen. When I say mind, most people think of the brain. Your brain is not your mind. Your brain is an electronic switching station. Your mind tells your brain tells your body. The mind has two parts. We have the conscious mind, which I like to refer to as the top half, and then we have our subconscious mind. Our conscious mind is where we think. It is where we create book smart. Let's go to school, learn all the information, and take it all in. This is where your logic exists. This is where you think, is that a good idea or is it not? That is where we play with ideas. We can accept things here and we can reject them. We can decide what we want in our logical mind. But this is not where the action actually happens. And this is where we go wrong. Most people think, well, if I just want it, that it will happen. No, because you can want something in your mind, but it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Where that happens is in our subconscious mind. And that is where our programming is. Our subconscious mind cannot reject anything, it can only accept things you are emotionally involved with, good or bad. So, whether that be fear of something happening or excitement, it can only accept what you're emotionally involved with, and it controls 96 to 98% of the results that you are getting. So you can think all you want all day long that you want something, but until you change your subconscious programming, it won't happen. So, how do we do that? Well, we do that through repetition. We do that by creating the pictures of the things we do want. We start getting emotionally involved with something. Remember, desire is the first starting point of our achievement. Why? Because it's emotion. We're visualizing something that we're emotionally want to connect with. So that has the potential to change our subconscious programming, because our subconscious programming starts the minute we're born. You are wide open. Your subconscious is wide open. As little kids, we're just told what to do, how to do things. We are taught how to be auto programmed. We are taught to stop using our imagination. We are taught to sit down and listen to the rules. We are taught to stop daydreaming. And by the time we're 35 years old, our subconscious mind is closed up, it's rock solid. And it's all your influential stuff from society, from parents, from teachers, all the things that came into us. Anything that had an emotional impact on us is in our subconscious mind. Our subconscious mind is made up of our beliefs and our behaviors. It's called paradigms. So, why does this relate to our goal? Well, whatever your subconscious mind accepts will become a fact. So, we need to change what's going on in our subconscious mind. We need to create a new emotional connection. So, how do we do this? Like I said, we start creating beautiful pictures in our mind. Remember, our mind thinks in pictures. It cannot tell the difference if something is imagined or a reality. Isn't that absolutely insane? We're told as kids to stop using our imagination, but yet that is the one tool to help us change our programming, is the thing that we're told to stop using. So you can imagine how we feel more and more stuck as we're not developing this part of us. I want to do an exercise with you all, guys. Are you up for that? Yeah? Okay, great. So, what I want you to do is, I want you to close your eyes just for a moment. We're going to do this exercise, and I'm going to show you how powerful you are. So, close your eyes. And what I want you to do is, I want you to go into your kitchen in your mind. Once you get there, you will find a lemon on the counter. It's brightly yellow and it really stands out. I want you to pick up the lemon and smell it. Smells good, right? It's really citrusy and maybe even a little waxy. And what I want you to do is, I want you to get a knife and a cutting board and put the lemon down And then I want you to cut the lemon in the middle. I want you to pull it apart. So now you have two halves of one lemon. Then I want you to cut the two halves into halves again, giving you quarters. I want you to pick up one of those quarters up and smell it. You can really smell it and see how juicy this lemon is now. I want you to pop it in your mouth. Now chew. Keep chewing. Keep chewing. All right. I want you to open your eyes and tell me what is happening. How did it taste? How did it smell? How real did that feel? Your mind connects with those pictures. Your physical body can have experiences to your imagination. It felt real, Facebook user? Good. I love lemons, Tracy. I love that. Your head feels refreshed, Warren. I love it. You see, it was so real. Like your body can have an experience to your imagination. So think about this. When you wake up from a dream and it felt so real. Have you ever, for example, watched a horror movie and the emotions just stayed with you and you couldn't seem to leave it behind where it's just with you? It's because our subconscious gets emotionally connected with those feelings. So we're going to set our goals and we're going to really visualize. And I had no idea about this. I had no idea about visualizing a goal. So when we talk about lack of motivation, setting a goal on a piece of paper and just being like, yeah, this is what I want to go for, but not seeing it and connecting with it emotionally, doesn't leave for any motivation. Why? Because we're playing pictures of things we don't want in our mind. We're connecting with all the limiting things. We're not seeing how we want this to play out in clarity. So all goals, all desires starts with the fantasy we play in our mind. And then we mentally get emotionally involved with it. When that starts to happen, the subconscious mind starts to accept it. The more you do this through repetition, the subconscious mind starts to accept it. And when the subconscious mind starts to accept it, the vibration in our body starts to change. And this is the law of attraction. You'll start attracting what you want. You even start attracting more thoughts in line with what you want. So you'll start attracting what you want. And this is what happens to my clients. This is what happens with them. They set a goal that is outside of what they know how to achieve. We start looking at what they truly desire, because ultimately, what you desire will manifest, even if you don't know how it's going to happen. So I tell my clients to let go of that. Okay, guys, let's talk about goals. There are actually three types of goal. One is an A-type goal, and this is something that we know how to do. Typically, this is what people do because they set goals that they know how to achieve. So if you're a network marketer and maybe you haven't achieved or you have achieved a rank of some sort, and then you've gone backwards in growth because you go up and down. And so then you work towards becoming a diamond again. But you already been a diamond, so you're setting a goal that you already know how to achieve. You know, if you do things and in a certain way and do certain steps that you're going to achieve it. Then there's the B type goal. This is where we think, well, I've never achieved this, and I probably just need to hustle a little harder and I'll get it. So maybe your goal is financial, and you think, well, if I just go and get a side job, I'll achieve that goal. It's a little bit of a stretch, but there's no growth attached to it. Because you know it's just about putting things in the right order or hustling a little harder that it will happen. And the true goal we want you to set is the one that turns it into desire. That is a C type goal. And a C type goal is something you do not know how to achieve. I didn't know that I would be sitting here with you guys today. I had a desire for it. I didn't know how it was going to happen. I didn't know when it was going to happen. All I knew was that I wanted it. And I want you to think of the big scope of this. If you were me and you wrote on a goal card, you wanted to be a coach and you had no job, just a desire, a calling to be more and to have more. And the beautiful thing is that everything fell in line for it to manifest. Everything. Looking back, I can make complete sense of it. And you can too, if you look back at different things that you wanted and never knew how it would happen. And it showed up. So you're continually manifesting on a daily basis. So this C-type goal, it causes you to grow. It's something you do not know how to do. It's something that would pull you outside of your norm. I want to tell you a story from my mentor, Bob Proctor, who passed away in February last year. And this is an A-type goal story. So there was a guy who wanted to talk to Bob about his goal, and he wanted to clarify with Bob. And Bob was like, okay, interesting. So what is it? And the guy was, I like to get a Pontiac. And Bob was like, okay, great. So what kind of car are you driving right now then? A Pontiac, the guy said. And Bob was like, okay. And how long have you had that Pontiac that you're driving around in now? And the guy said, 4 years. And Bob said, and when did you buy this Pontiac that you're driving around in? And the guy was, Bob, I bought it 4 years ago, brand new. So Bob just repeated the conversation to him and said, okay, so you got a Pontiac and you bought it 4 years ago, brand new. And your goal now is to get a new Pontiac. And the guy said, yes. And Bob was like, that is not a goal. That is going sideways. So a B-type goal would be to say, well, I want the next model up. Maybe it's about $25,000 or so. I can't afford it right. But a C-type goal would be to say, for example, I want the Ferrari. I don't know how I will ever be able to achieve that. But something's got to change in me to make me grow, to be able to have that lifestyle that I truly desire. So, what is it you really want? What is it you really desire? And who do you need to become to reach this? That's what a C type goal does for us. It changes who we are and gets us off that auto programming because your auto programming is keeping you where you are currently, right now. And you won't know how you're going to achieve this. I didn't. It's not until you look back with all the pieces that it makes sense. It's all about growth. And your paradigms, your old beliefs is going to tell you, you can't do this. It's not logical. It's going to throw up all reasons why you can't. Because that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to keep you safe. Think about it as an ego. Think about it as everything that's standing in the way of what you want. But to be able to achieve a C type goal, you only need to say yes to two things. Are you able and are you willing? And when I say I am able, I don't mean do I have the right credentials, careers, or anything else. Absolutely not. What I mean is you have infinite potential within you. So, absolutely, you are able. So, the next question is, are you willing? Are you willing to change your paradigm? Are you willing to get uncomfortable, to get comfortable, to live the life you truly desire, to stretch yourself, to be able to afford the Ferrari instead of the Pontiac, to grow? This is why it's really important to start with desire. Why? Because if you don't desire something, you'll give up when it gets tough. And people say, I lack motivation. You don't lack motivation, you lack desire. And this is really why it's super important to be able to have a clear image of what you want. Because if you can't see it, smell it, taste it, touch it in your mind, how do you know what you're going after? How do you know what you truly desire? So if you desire $1 million, can you see that life of $1 million? Can you feel what that would feel like? Having those vacations, living that experience. Once you decide what it is you want, you need to start building that picture. Maybe it's a dream home. Well, then start living there. Cook in the kitchen, sleep in the bedroom, play in the backyard, park your car in the driveway. Live there. Create the image in your mind of what it is you want. And then turn it over to your subconscious mind with emotion. That's how you do that. And when you do that, that's when it becomes a fact. How are you going to get there? That's not for you to decide. You have to let go of the how. You only have to know what it is you truly want. The how will be made known and it when you start. So the how will be made known, and it also goes into our lessons on decision. After you make a decision, you have to make the committed decision that this is what I desire and I truly want. And then things start to show up in accordance to it. When your energy in your body is at that vibrational level, think about this. When you're happy, how do you feel? Excited, right? your energy level goes up. When you're doubtful, you start to pull back. Think about this. In your business, when the doubt creeps in, your energy level goes down, your motivation goes down. The vibrational level is controlled by our subconscious mind. It says we're high or it says we're low. It's what we're emotionally connected with in our emotional mind. And when we get emotionally involved with something we really want, and not what somebody else wants, not what we think we can achieve, what we really, really want, our emotion starts to change, and our vibrational level along that starts to change. And when that starts to happen, your beliefs starts to change, your behavior starts to change, your action starts to change. You get motivated, and so you cannot help yourself but just go for it. To do the things, you have to express it. It cannot be held within you. Have you ever been so excited and been able to remain calm? No, it comes out of you. You feel it. You feel people's vibrational level. When somebody comes into a room and they are in a bad mood, you feel it, right? Well, this is what creating that beautiful picture in your mind does. It changes the vibration of your body because it starts changing your subconscious, that emotional mind of yours. That emotional mind starts to say, yes, yes, we can. And all of a sudden, you find yourself taking action. That's something you couldn't do before. What starts happening is you start attracting new things to you. Your thought pattern starts to change, where you start thinking, yep, I can do this. And you start coming up with new ideas. Your attitude changes to, yes, I can. And so you start taking action and you start manifesting. You see, you're currently attracting everything you're emotionally involved with right now. So if you don't like it, it's because that's where your emotional mind is at. That's where your subconscious programming is at. And you're attracting it right back to you. The more you think about it, the more you dwell on it. The more you look at the more you look at it, the more you just live there. And guys, repetition of looking at the same old gets more of the same old. We need to change the belief on the inside. And we're going to work through that this week together. The law of attraction works on vibrational energy. We are all a mass of energy. Even our thoughts are energy. So if you think something negative, you start to feel it. It starts to resonate with you. If you have a negative thought, it changes your vibration. If you're trying to manifest great things and all you're thinking about is lack and limitation, how empty your bank account is, how you don't have enough sales, how your business isn't growing, how things aren't working out for you. What's your attractive point in vibration? Because the law of attraction is secondary to the law of vibration. And what do I mean by that? Everything vibrates. Everything is energy. This wood desk here is energy. Like attracts like. Water is attracted to water, not oil to water. So if you want success, you want abundance, you want prosperity, but you have a really low vibrational point and belief that it can't happen for you, or you keep going through this negative cycle, you're not going to attract the thoughts, the people, the circumstances, the things you need into your life. And that's where I come in. This is why you're here. That's why I was there on that meeting with my coach, because you're attracting the help to you that you need. Andrew Carnegie was considered one of the wealthiest men in the world around early 1900s. And he be considered a billionaire today. And he taught Napoleon Hill everything. So Napoleon Hill wrote the book Think and Grow Rich. And I know many of you have read it, and many of you are reading it, and many of you started a mastermind inspired by reading it. And here's something great that Andrew Carnegie said, and it's so good. It's so good. And I really, really want you to listen, because this is so powerful. Any idea that is held in the mind, that is emphasized, that is either feared or revered, will begin at once to clone itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. So you're totally afraid of this situation happening, or you're completely enthralled in the good that is going to happen. It will then begin at once to clone itself in the most convenient and appropriate form available. Your old beliefs will try to reach out to you. It will tell you it's too hard, it's impossible. Who do you think you are? Your paradigm is currently giving you what you got. And so we need to change that. And it's not easy. We think we can just do this on our own. You may also say, I understand what Ingrid is saying. And you may think it's just an easy job to change your paradigm. No, the paradigm will always come back. It will keep coming back. It's a weed that needs to be pulled up by its root. And like weeds, you pull one, but then you discover it's more and it's more and it's more. And that's where I come in and help you get out those weeds, because it's not easy. This is why we keep falling back, because it seems easier to just stay stuck than it is to challenge this new belief that we are actually worthy of more. So, some advice: quit listening to others. The only thing you need and want is to focus on what you want and reject all ideas that don't help you. And you don't have to go out and tell the world that you're going to make $1 million, because you know what that is going to do. It's going to cause you to get uncomfortable with this new vision. And Bob Proctor said, when he wrote on his goal card the first time that he was going to make $25,000, and he gave himself 10 years to do it. And he was only at that time making $4,000. So $25,000 in a year was a lot of money back then. And he would read it as often as he could. He carried the goal card with him everywhere. And somebody where he worked grabbed his goal card and said, $25,000? Are you crazy? So they took it from him and they made fun of him. So after that, he stopped letting people in on his goal. because they had a way of trying to talk him out of what he wanted. So people will have opinions about you because they're conditioned to have that. They will tell you what they think you should do because they look at your past and they say, you cannot do that. You should do this instead. Look at your education. They are not you. So, how can they know? And why would you let them steal your dream? They don't know what you're capable of. They only use your past as a document and believe it. Imagine this if the Wright brothers would listen to all the people that said they were crazy. Even their own father were trying to talk them out of their dream. And they were bicycle mechanics. But they dreamed big. They dreamed so big. And you and I can fly in airplanes today because of them. So I am very grateful for them. So the thing is, you will get scared when you set your goal. It's going to be a stretch for you, but don't let people tell you who they think you are and what you are capable of, because they have no idea. Because you are unique. You have the same talent and ability as Andrew Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, Steve Jobs, the Wright brothers, Albert Einstein, and Oprah Winfrey, that I love and adore, and Beyonce, and so many more. And let's not forget Michael Jordan also. You just need to be willing to tap into your desire, your purpose. You know that voice within you who's asking you to listen, but you keep pushing it down. It's there and it's reminding you that you need to listen to it. All right, guys. You guys know that I'm a fan of giving homework. I'm a fan of giving homework that doesn't take a long time, of course. But I'm a fan also of homework because when I did homework on a webinar like that, this here, that was how the change process started with me. Because here's the thing, very often we can read many books, but we never do what the books are telling us to do. We just read them and we think it's nice. We watch many YouTube videos and we're like, "Ooh, that feels good." But we don't go deep within to find out, what does this really mean for me? Why am I drawn to this? So today's homework, guys, is to make a list of the things you want and let it be fun. Think about what you want. Open up your heart, open up your imagination. It can be experiences that you want, it can be relationships, it can be awards, you name it. It can be anything. Like my clients have wanted their house, their apartments, they've written that on the list and they got it. So I want you to start thinking, what do I want? Maybe you want to buy clothes, maybe you want to travel places, maybe you want to go on vacation with your family. That goes under experiences that you want. Maybe you want a relationship. Maybe you want to find the love of your life. Put it down there. Let your heart, let your soul speak. Allow yourself this. And don't ignore it, because sometimes we say, yeah, I'm going to do it. And then we don't do it. And that is basically your paradigm hijacking you. And for us to get results, like also Bob told me, you got to take the pen and paper and write down what you want. And the same goes with self-image. So tomorrow, we are also going to talk about self-image. So tomorrow, same time as today, I'm going to talk about self-image, and I'm also going to share more of my stories. And maybe some of it will also relate to you, because believe me, we all have a story. But our story can actually make us so powerful. So, guys, I want to thank you for joining me tonight for this training. This is what I love to do. I love giving value. And this is also my promise that I made to Bob that day I discovered this information. My goal was, at that time, I said, I want to do exactly what you're doing. So think about it, guys. Think about what you want to do. Open your heart. And I see you tomorrow. And I love you. And I'm so grateful for you. Bye.